I talked myself up way too much in the last episode, so I guess in this one we're gonna have to do the complete opposite. Hi, I'm Jed, and this is the Reality Check, a show that's about, I don't know, going back to yesterday to, bully myself. High school wasn't that great. The one downside of having this kind of reputation is that you start getting lazy, and I was already lazy, kind of like on a baseline, and probably the reason why I got that reputation was because I was lazy. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, and that's kind of fucked up because I never actually learned to work, and it's 100% my fault. I'm kind of a, I always gave the exact amount of work you needed to pass, or at least to be accepted in your group of friends. Fucking ooga booga brain. Like if I wasn't passing grades, I was not moving forward. My friends would leave me. That's the only reason why I worked, was because I didn't want to repeat a grade. And I gave the exact amount of work that I needed to get to 60, 70%, and then I stopped. And the reason why I did that was because I'm lazy. And that laziness comes from a lot of factors. And I'm glad to say that I've mostly dealt with most of them. As a child, I was always told that I was great. I don't know why. I guess my parents thought I was going to become someone great. And my friends, I feel like it's my fault too, because I talk myself up a lot in real life. It might not sound like it here, but I'm actually kind of a boastful motherfucker, or at least I was when I was younger, and it kind of followed me around, that kind of feeling of feeling better than everybody else. I guess the main character syndrome. Something that I can relate with to, as much as the imposter syndrome. I could, I could also relate to a lot. And you might sit there and say, why are you feeling the imposter syndrome and the main character syndrome at the same time? You don't have anything to lose. You're not in the situation that's too good. But that's not true. Last year I was in university. I was just starting out, and it was going horribly. The reason why it was going horribly was because I was lazy my entire life, and I never learned to work correctly in school. I just didn't know how to do it, and that feeling of I'm not supposed to be here started creeping in. I've said multiple times that I might be the only one that actually have an imposter syndrome for the real reason. I'm actually the imposter, because I was in university in one of the best schools in the where I live, studying engineering, mechanical engineering, and because that's what I thought interested me, and I was failing everything. It was a real reality check. Ooh, I said the name of the show. But it's just, I annoyed myself. I really did. Because I don't think I should have been in that situation. If I just put in a little bit of work, a little more work in your high school, I could have probably made it through the new year. But to give you further context, because goddamn, last year was horrible for me. Looking back, I was alone in a dorm room. I didn't have a bathroom. So it was a dorm room. So I needed to put a mask on to go take a shit. That's right. It was during the middle of the pandemic. I didn't know anybody in the new city that I was in, the new shiny city that I never lived in. I decided it was a good idea to move in. I guess my plan back then was to be alone. It was to reset totally. I was tired of being mediocre, because I've always been very mediocre in life. Because I was only putting in, half the work that I needed to. But that mediocrity pushed me to go alone in an adventure that almost brought me to very low. I've always been kind of a happy person. I might be edgy sometimes, and the jokes that I make sometimes might come off as edgy and stuff. But um, I've never been unhappy because I never had a reason to be unhappy, and then life gave me a reason to be unhappy, and that was weird to me. And it was so weird, in fact, that I got into a very deep depression. Uh, Depression is kind of a hard topic for me to talk about because at the time it felt like the norm. It was normal for me to wake up at 2 in the afternoon to eat some pizza, some that I cooked, and then just taking a nap and waking up at 9 and then eating something and then going to sleep. My life was a whole big nothing burger, and that was hard. So if you are in the same situation as me and you have a great reputation, don't take it for granted. I enjoyed my time in high school, and looking back, it's obvious that I could have worked a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad it happened in a way because it taught me very important lessons, actually multiple very important lessons, and I learned a lot about myself. I hope you, I hope you get depression. No, but I managed to lift myself out of that situation alone, as I normally am, and you can do it too. I'm probably going to talk about the reason why I managed to get out of it soon in the channel. I just don't know how to bring it up. But yeah, see ya.